because if you are somebody that have not grown internally, and somehow money comes to you, there's every chance that you are going to lose that money, because the law states, believe me, the law states you cannot keep what you don't have the capacity to create. So that's why you need to focus on the laws that can help you create wealth. So that in that process, whenever money comes to you, cash comes to you, you will have the capacity and the ability to create, to actually manage it and keep it, as it were. All right. So it's critical that you understand that it's critical that you understand that life is first of all an internal game before it becomes an external game. So, and all of the things that I'm going to share today, like I said, are things that we're going to keep teaching on our financial education course. So if you are not yet part of Fination Global, apart from the fact that you want to join to make money and what have you, please, one of the things that we do is we educate you, we help you to have the right mindset and have the right understanding about how wealth is truly created, so that you can manifest those results. All right. So there are several principles that you need to put in place, and one of those principles is the fact that you need to understand that every human being on earth, we are actually energy beings. Every one of us, including all of us on this call, we emit a particular amount of energy per time. All right. And there's a kind of frequency we carry everywhere we go. That's why I tell people that it is very important that you are conscious of your friends and the people that you keep around you. Because if you keep people that emit negative energy all the time, whether you like it or not, those energies, you receive those energies into you. And guess what? Immediately you start receiving them, you realize that you start seeing yourself emitting those kind of energies. But the problem is not that you receive them. The problem starts when you start emitting those energies. Because if you start emitting those energies, the universe supplies back to you the kind of energy you emit into the air. So that's why you don't want to find yourself in an environment. So that word that they say, birds of same feathers flock together. That word that they say, evil communication corrupt good manners. Those sentences that they say, if you move around with 5 broke friends, you will become number 6. Now, I'm only telling you the science that backs those statements. So it's not just the mere statement. There's science that backs it. And that science is every one of us are energy beings. We emit a degree of energy. So, and the energy you emit, is actually what the universe supplies back to you. So if you are emitting negative energy, be ready to receive negative energy back to you. So when things are not working around you, please, that is not the time to start asking, oh, what is it, that maybe your business is not working or something is not working around you. You need to sit down and ask yourself, what kind of energy am I emitting? Because the reason you are seeing those results is because those things are actually coming inside you, coming from within you. Because all these your circumstances that you face, whether good or bad, is only a direct reflection of what is happening inside you. All right. So that's why even the Bible says, a good man out of the good treasures of his heart bring forth good things. An evil man out of the evil treasures of his heart bring forth evil things. That's why the Bible also says that it is not what enters into a man that defiles a man. is what comes out of the man. What that means is what you give out, the energy you radiate. So what really kills a man is not that you eat a bad food. The food you eat might do your system a harm, but what really affects your life is actually what comes out of you. What are the energies that you're emitting? So it is not what is entering you that matters. It is what you are emitting, what is coming out of you. So I'm only trying to explain the science that backs, you becoming a money magnet. So that's why you want to pay close attention as to the kind of energy that you emit. And guess what? Sometimes this energy that we emit are energies we picked from negative environment, negative people. So that's why you want to be very conscious of the people you hang around with. That I tell people a lot. In 2024, audit your relationships. Sit down and ask yourself, who are your closest friends? Who are the people that you spend a lot of time with the most? If there are people that are not moving with the kind of frequency that has the capacity, to move your life to the level which you should be operating, then you need to sit down and ask yourself and audit those relationships. All right. So it's critical that we understand those basics. Sorry, I'm supposed to send this link to someone. Just a moment. Oh. Please, how many of us are getting value? If you are getting value, chat, send a message on the group that you are getting, send the chat that you are getting value. How many of us are getting value? If you are getting value, say I'm getting value. All right, so we want to enter the principles. Like I said, there are several of them, but we can't really take all of them. So I encourage that you register as a part of FinNation Global so you can be a part of our financial education training. So all of these things are things that we teach, and it has been a blessing to me. It has also been a blessing to a lot more people. So number one, one of the principles you need to take advantage of, or one of the principles you need to take very closely is always have an attitude of gratitude. Always have an attitude of gratitude. As simple as that is, gratitude is one of the most powerful way to emit positive energy. Gratitude is one of the most powerful way to emit positive energy. Now, no matter how bad things are in your life, you must understand that even where you are, there are people that are praying to be at the position that you are currently. You may not be where you truly want to be, trust me. But honestly, you are way better than a lot more people. As a matter of fact, where you are now is actually the prayer of some people. So whichever level you are, you need to be consciously grateful for where you are. So while you reach out to bigger, higher grounds, while you reach out to bigger things, always see the little things that people do for you. Always see the little things that you've currently achieved. Always see the little things that life has given to you, and be grateful for them. Just be grateful. My pastor will always tell us, he said, gratitude gratitude is actually the seed for more. Gratitude is the seed for more. And I can say this anywhere. There is nothing that drains your energy more than an attitude of ingratitude. There is nothing that drains your energy as ingratitude. Why there is nothing that that fuels your positive energy than a heart of gratitude. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter what, how little somebody favors you. Sometimes in the process of we, living our life, going through life, doing stuffs, people favor us here and there. And unfortunately, sometimes we don't see these things. And because we don't see them, or probably what happens to us, it probably we are expecting that whatever this person has done, this guy or this person should have done pretty more. So because we were expecting way more than what was done, our eyes and minds of gratitude is being blinded. But let me tell you the truth. Nobody actually owe you anything. So whenever you have the opportunity to be favored by somebody, be grateful. No matter how small that thing is. So one thing I recommend is that you have what we call the gratitude journal. Get a gratitude journal. It can just be a small book that you document all of the things that that you should be grateful for. You should be grateful for the fact that you breathe every day for free. You should be grateful to God for that day that you left your house and you returned safely. You should be grateful for you have sound health. You should be grateful for, in the process of you dealing with people one way or the other, maybe a small boy that that was supposed to that you were supposed to go get something, and you had somebody who helped you out to reach out to whosoever, and one way or the other, be grateful. All right, so gratitude is one of the most powerful way in which you can emit positive energy that has the capacity to position you as a money magnet. Because let me tell you the truth, you can never create wealth with negative energy. Write it down. Every human being you see on this planet Earth that became wealthy, one of the things that they do is that they insulate themselves from negative energy. My mentor was sharing with us a story of a wealthy man that before he became wealthy himself, he never knew what the man was doing at that time was very important, or somehow he didn't understand what the guy was doing, because the guy also shared the story with him. So it was this woman, I think the woman was one of his relatives or so. Now, each time this lady calls him, which is the wealthy man now, each time this lady calls him, if in the process of making a request, she will start complaining. Have you ever been there? See, let's be honest. Have you ever been there where there are some people who want to get something from you? Instead of them to just quietly ask you what they want to ask, but rather they will start complaining. And somehow those things just have a way of messes up your day. I don't know how many of you here, you are honest. There are people who just call you. In fact, the way I am, there are some people who call me at the early hours of my day that I don't pick. I'm not going to pick that call, because you cannot start my day with a negative energy. I intentionally would not pick that call, especially when this same call, this same person have, done this thing over and over again. I just don't want to pick that call, because you cannot start my day by transferring negative energy to me. How many of you have been there whereby, you just have this one or two persons who, when they call you, you just feel this unrest. You just feel this negativity. You just feel this atmosphere that is not pleasant. Please, can I see, a comment or a response on the group? How many of you know? Is there anybody that have such experience? Of course, I do, you know, and probably you might not be conscious of it yourself, because you don't know how bad it affects you. But then I have, have such experience. So I don't know how many of you are we together here? Please, I would need responses. I would need responses as much as we can take. All right, so the whole idea is for us to understand that it's very important that we insulate ourselves from negative energy. So, like I was sharing the story of the wealthy man, okay, the story of the wealthy man, where there's this particular lady who just called him, and in the process, instead of her to just make a request, to start talking and all of that, and in that process, he just hung up the call. And when the lady calls again, he just managed to pick, and the same story. At that level, at that point, he hangs up the call again. Until when she start calling, and he refuses to pick. So it was later on, the guy who happens to be my mentor now, who was now sharing this story of how, this whole story, that it was later he now understood, why this man was doing what he was doing, because he wanted to insulate himself from negative energy. So it's important that we understand that philosophy, and that should guide, how we react, to our environment. Now, number 2, on how to become a money magnet. Number 1 says you must be grateful, have an attitude of what? Of gratitude consistently. All right. So number 2 is you must have an abundance mindset. You must be able to develop and have what we call the abundance mindset. Now, let me tell you this. You cannot create, or you cannot attract abundance with a scarcity mentality. You can never attract abundance with a scarcity mentality. So that's why at every time you must have what we call an abundance mindset. So what do I mean by having an abundance mindset? There are scenarios in your life whereby there are some things that you want to do, probably with finance, or there are some things you want to do with money. And, you find yourself that somehow the balance, or the amount you have in your account cannot really, do such. Now, the mistake a lot of people make is that don't always live your life, with the reflection of what you are going through, but rather live your life from the angle of where you are going. I don't know if this is making sense. So that you don't have 100 million in your account today doesn't mean you will talk and act and behave as though you don't have it. So you might not have 50 million in your account. What might be in your account might be 100K. But guess what? Don't see yourself in 100,000. See yourself in the future that you want to really lay hold on. So that is you having an abundance mindset. Even though your situation doesn't reflect it yet. No, forget about what is happening around you now. You might not have that 100 million, that 50 million. But guess what? Whenever people meet you, whenever people, interact with you, there is just this energy of abundance that you pass across. Whenever people come around you, they think, like you have the whole world, controlled. They can never find you say, there is no money. The best you can say is, I'm working on something. You can never find me say, There's so much, so many things, so many statements. All right. So regardless of what is happening around you, regardless of what is happening in your finances today, don't live in the present. Rather, live in the future. Talk from the future. Because until you get to the future and pitch your tent there, or until you get to the future and stay there, your body will never get there. So nobody gets to the top by accident. Nobody climbs up the ladder by accident. Of course, you can fall up the ladder by accident, but you can never get up the ladder by accident. It has to be an intentional game. Intentional. So that's why you must be very intentional about your future and talk from there, see from there, communicate from there, reason from there. Don't let your current status determine determine how you take decisions. No. So no matter how long your status, is still at this level, before long, your account balance, the resources, the people will catch up with where your mind is. Like I said, your body can never travel to a location that your mind has not gone. I think I was listening to a message by Sam Adeyemi years ago, and he was talking about the fact that when he was still working his way, into success and what have you, there were times he would be eating in Buka restaurant, local restaurant. He would be eating with, buy, those local stuff. But while he's there eating, he's seeing himself in Transcorp Hilton. While he's there eating, he's seeing himself in, Resident Blue in Lagos. While he's there, he's seeing himself as one of the biggest hotels in Dubai. Port Khalifa, he's seeing himself. So it's not about what is happening, it's what you are saying. No. So what are you seeing? What is your mind seeing? So it's a game of the mind. So you can never attract abundance with a scarcity mindset. So if all you see is scarcity, my dear brothers and sisters, you can never create wealth. If all you see is what is happening around you, this man's made a statement, Les Brown. He said it's not what is happening around you that matters. It's what is happening in you. It's not what is happening around you that truly matters. It's what is happening inside you. So it's important that you fix your within. Once your within is fixed, there are laws that will start working for you to ensure that you don't remain in your current location. As long as your mind has gone there, and you start functioning from abundance, my dear, there is nothing that can stop you. It's that powerful. All right. So now, number 3 law of becoming a money magnet is this. Number 3, of course, we said number 1 is gratitude. Number 2 is you cannot attract abundance with a scarcity mentality. While number 3 is always have cash reserved. Always have cash reserved. Always stay liquid. Always have cash reserved somewhere. And one of the ways to consistently do that is to develop the habit of saving. Never get to a point in your life whereby you don't have cash in your account. Never use money to a point whereby your account is zero balance. or probably is still around, 5K, 10K. No, never you get to that point. So, and let me tell you the psychology or philosophy that governs that. No matter how depressed you are financially, no matter how needy you are financially, the moment your brain or your mind takes you back to the fact that you have money in an account in savings, maybe tens of 300K, 1 million, whatever. So no matter how bad no matter how bad what is happening with you now is, the moment your mind triggers you into, an account that has some cash reserved somewhere, there is just a way whereby all the negative, all the negative forces that have been around you that would have drowned you in that situation, all the negative forces will just vanish. And that's where the miracle starts happening. So the miracle happens, or the miracle start happening when those negative energies moves into positive energy. So you having cash reserved is not about the money. No, it's not just about the money, the money itself. It's about the fact that it helps you, balances your psychological strength that always want to keep you positive, because there is a negative system that works when you are broke. I don't know how many of you can attest to that. Maybe you find yourself in a point whereby there are many bills around, there are many things to do, especially, men. Your wife needs to cook, your child needs to go to school, maybe your car just broke down, just so much around you, that can stir up some negative energies. But guess what? The moment your mind triggers to an account that you have money, all those negative energies will just vanish. So savings is not just you keeping money aside. Savings is a strategy to keep you positive in energy. Savings is a strategy to keep your mindset positive at all times. So it's not just about the money itself. So there's a system of advantage that triggers whenever there negativity that wants to set in. So that's why never stay less of cash. Always have cash reserved somewhere, no matter how small. And how do you do that? Consistently save a fraction of your income. Of course, in FinNation Global, which I would encourage all of us to do, if you are part of those that are in the major, network marketing, in the business, getting people to be a part of FinNation and all of that, and of course, those of us that are also the selling real estate and you are earning commission, please, you can set we have an internal savings system, whereby you can auto save. You can just set it that, okay, please, you can remove $1 from my account every day. The day the system sees $1, it removes. The day it doesn't see $1, it doesn't remove anything. So you can set it for the whole year. So anytime a deposit or anytime there's a commission that is paid to your account, the system just removes $1 on that day. All right, so we have that, plan, or we have that feature. We call it automated savings system, and it will help you save in dollars. For instance, there's a woman that saved some money in dollars. I think at the time she deposited that money, it was about $1 was about 1,100 and something. Today, the dollar is almost 1,500. So whenever she wants to pull out her money, she's going to pull it out with the current dollar rate. So when you save in dollars, of course, you also beat inflation. So when you save in Naira in Nigeria, not only that you will not be able to fight against inflation, the value of your money, they will remove maintenance fee. And even though you didn't send them to maintain your account, they will remove maintenance fee. They will tell you to maintain an account. Maybe I don't get it. All right, so that's why it's important that you always have cash reserved somewhere. And there are two reasons you save. Apart from, the psychological part of it, there are two reasons you save. Number one, you save for emergencies. And number two, you save for opportunities. So when emergencies meet, when opportunities, meet preparation, explosion is the result. Some of you, there are some opportunities that has come your way recently that you could not take advantage of. And the reason you could not take advantage of is probably you didn't have the money to, plug in. But if you reflect back honestly within yourself, you realize that the same money you are looking for today, you had more than enough of that money probably 3 or 6 months ago. So the problem is not that the resources did not come. The problem is not that, you cannot take advantage of it. The problem is that you wasted money you should have saved for the future. So there are only 3 things you do with money. Number one, you waste it. Number two, you spend it. Number three, you invest it. Of course, the poor waste money. These are people who buy things that they don't need. So, and when they even finish buying it, is that time they realize that, hey, they didn't actually need this thing. These are people who, who spend flamboyantly, who host parties, they just do stuff with money. And these are things they should have been able to avoid, at different levels. So these are people who spend money. And of course, the poor, waste money. Why the middle class, they spend money. All they think of is bills. Oh, I have 1 bill to pay. So they just spend and spend and spend. And the reason you ask them, why are you not saving? The money is not enough. See, don't deceive yourself. There is no money that will ever be enough. So whether you save or you don't save, the money will not still be enough. So why not save? And the money is not enough. And like I tell people, if you are earning 100,000 naira monthly, for instance, or let's say $100 monthly, tell yourself that your salary is $80. Because if you tell yourself your salary is $100, what will happen is you will blow everything. But by the time you tell yourself that your salary is $80, psychologically, you would regulate all your spendings, your expenditures to meet up with $80. As a matter of fact, have you not seen people who, a few months ago, they were earning $80 and they were living fine? The moment they increased their salary to, let's say, $100 to $120, immediately, their expenditures always want to catch up with the current income. So while they were doing $80, they were still fine. But how come it look as though now they are earning way more, even more than like 50% extra to what they were making or what they were earning? They are still complaining that it's still not enough. So the problem is not that the money that you are earning is not enough. Even though at some levels, we can always talk about you increasing your income per time. But still, the little that you have, how much do you have cash reserved somewhere to prepare for opportunities? So let me not say so much about that. So I already talked about you always having cash reserve. That is one of the principles of becoming a money magnet. Now, let me shock you. Are you aware the banks give money to people who already have existing money? And write this down. Money only goes to where there is existing money. And money is selective. Money is very selective. Money only attracts or only goes to where it can be managed and multiplied. So that's why you realize that money does not stay with people who either spend it or waste it. Money does not stay there. Stay there. It is not a residential environment for money to reside or to stay comfortably. No. Why? Because money, that's why they call it currency. Money is designed to flow. One of the biggest attributes of money is that it does not want to stay in one place. It is designed to flow. That's why they call it currency. So your duty is to manage that flow. Your duty is to control the flow. Because if money is controlling you, you will lose control. God. If money is controlling you, you will lose control. So you must be able to control your money, your cash flow. You must be able to manage, you must be able to regulate it. That one is another topic on its own. How to regulate financial pressure. That one is a course on its own. I don't want to even enter it. Because every one of us go through financial pressures at different levels. But you must develop the energy, the stamina, and the skill to regulate financial pressures. So let's not go there. So now the last one I'm going to share with you about becoming a money magnet is that if you want to become a money magnet, sell what people cannot do without. Sell what people cannot do without. If you want to become a money magnet, sell what people cannot do without. That is one of the reasons I am into real estate. Because I tell people and I educate people everywhere, no human being on this planet can do without real estate. As a matter of fact, where you are currently is on a piece of real estate. Some of you are in your houses, maybe rented or built personally, you know, or maybe you are in your office. You want to pass the night and do some extra work. So wherever you are, as I speak to you, you are actually on a piece of real estate. So no human being can avoid real estate. I don't want to go into real estate training here, because some of you will start calling me that you want to buy land to this night, or you want to start investing in real estate. So that's why all of these things that I've said today is hinged on the fact that you need to develop your mindset when it comes to wealth creation. It will give you an edge. Then two, one of the products you should not neglect, you know, is real estate. And there are three major markets. There are three major markets that are most necessary. Number one, we call it the health market, the wealth market, and the relationship market. If you play in these three markets, you can never be broke. If you play in these three markets, any of them, you can never be broke. The health market, because people will always want to take care of their health. The wealth market, people will always want to learn how to make more money, how to invest, how to do business, how to make their business work better. So that's the health market. Then the relationship market, people always want to know how to keep their spouse. People always want to know how to have a better sex. People will always want to know how to, you know, how to get good spouse, you know, get a girl. So these are three major industries that, you know, if you play in any of these industries, then you are currently activating that law, one of the laws of wealth, becoming a money magnet, which says always sell what people cannot do without. Are we following here? So please, I'll need a comment. Are we getting value? Are we following? Am I making sense? Please, I will need your response as much as I can get, so we can have more energy in the house. Hope you are getting value. Hope you are getting value. Hope you are making sense. Okay, sir. Thank you, Team Africa. So just drop a comment and all of that. So that's the last one we're going to take for tonight. Always sell what people cannot do without. So, and like I said, that is the reason why I'm playing in the real estate market. All right. And of course, the real estate market is even in two, revolves around two of the major markets. It's real estate market is hinged on the wealth market and also on the okay, no, it's basically on the wealth market. All right, basically on the wealth market. So real estate is basically on the wealth market. So how do you put all of these things together, in terms of how do you put all of these things together in terms of maybe benefiting from real estate, benefiting from you learning more about Fination Global and whatever, and of course, learning more about finances. And please, I beg you, some of the things that I've shared today are things that we have on our back end. And of course, some of the videos have not been recorded because sometimes we do live trainings, and from those live trainings, we get the recording and put it on our platform so we can be a part of the financial education program. All right, so let me share my screen at this point. Then within few minutes, I think we'll be done for tonight. Okay, so for those of us who are not yet part of Fination Global, all right, I recommend that you register. All right, some of the things that I'm teaching you today, recently I paid for a course worth about 500,000. In fact, it was not a physical training, it was a video course from one of my mentors on real estate. I cannot start telling you amounts, the investment that I've done in personal development. Please, I beg you. I said something recently, and I said, you don't get in life what you want, you get in life who you are. So that's why place premium on personal development. Place premium on personal development. So one of the things that you have access to is our financial education platform. So that financial education platform, we do it in two ways. We have that we have on the portal where you can register and you have access to the video course. While we also have the one we do live training every Mondays by the grace of God. And of course, for those that are members, we send the Zoom link directly to your mail. So if you are not a member, you cannot even be a part of, the live trainings. So, and the good part is even the live trainings are being recorded so that if you don't, one way or the other, maybe you were busy, you couldn't participate, the recording is also placed on the back of it. So anytime you can always go there and check and, watch and learn for yourself. All right, so that is one part, and these are some of the courses we have on the financial education course. We have the financial intelligence test, understanding the 5 levels to financial freedom, who you must become to achieve financial freedom, the 3 most powerful laws for wealth creation, how to reprogram yourself for wealth, and on, the 10 habits of wealthy people, sales and marketing, understanding policy. So there's so much of courses. In fact, over 30 premium courses that we have that I really don't know how much that you want to sign up with Fination that is, commensurate with the value in knowledge that you are open to get. All right. So apart from that, we also do real estate. All right. So we also do real estate. So we train you on real estate, and when you close real estate deals through the company, you earn commission. Precisely, you earn 10% of every deal you close in real estate. So like I said, this is not a real estate training, rather it's just a training to teach you how to become a money magnet. But of course, we needed to touch some things about real estate because it's one of the best products you can ever sell when playing in the wealth market. All right. So all right, so let me just share with you some of the opportunities you can take advantage of in real estate. Now, there is what we call the group investment project. Now, the group investment project, the way it works is some of us want to invest in real estate, but at some point, you might not be able to invest as an individual. All right, you might not be able to do that as an individual. Now, what we are doing is we are saying, let's come together and invest together. Of course, we are starting at this level. As a company, we have our properties, all right? So, but we need to create a system whereby individuals can invest, with little amounts here and there. So, and our future projection is that we are going to be co-investing in estates, co-investing in, recently I said, just a while ago, I said that I bought a course worth over 500K. That the training itself was done in Sheraton Hotel in Lagos. That training was about 3 point something million. So the value, so when we talk about the fact that we are going to be, co-investing in hotels and all of that, so there are so many things that has been learned already. It's just for us to be able to grow the community, put our funds together, and be able to take advantage of good real estate deals. All right, because it's very important that you are actually an investor. All right, because the hallmark of you creating passive income is that you have the capacity or you have the opportunity to invest. So there's various investment opportunities that we can do. Of course, we will also be open to distress sale. For example, there's somebody who wants to sell a property worth, let's say, over 80,000. Like I said, one of the reasons why you need to save is because somebody's emergency is actually an opportunity. All right, somebody's emergency is actually an opportunity. I've seen people, in fact, I bought property worth over 5 million, 10 million, and I bought it for way, like half the price. Somebody who is just in distress and, is saying, oh, I'm willing to sell this property. You just give me so and so amount. And of course, if I was not cash reserved, or if I didn't have cash reserved, I wouldn't have been able to take advantage of such opportunities. So that's why it's always important that you stay liquid. All right. So these are some of the opportunities we'll take advantage of. So that's why I also recommend that you just go to your portal, for those of us that are members, and start saving, no matter how small. Start saving, because when opportunities come now that you probably want to invest in group investments or maybe any other investment, because you already have savings somewhere, it will be very easy for you to plug in. All right, so the idea of the group investment is that we're going to research how profitable projects, we open investment window, we invest together, and of course, we share profit together. Then we also have what we call the contribute to own. Okay, but before I go into that, let me show you one of the opportunities we have on the group investment. Hope I get this. Okay, so we have an offer that is up, and it was opened on the 15th of January, and it's going to close by 15th of February. And of course, even before then, the value per slot will go up. So, and these are things that people benefit from. And now it says there's a particular property that we are putting funds together to acquire in Benin, and the property is worth over 800,000. All right. So, and like I said, this is pretty much like our first project ever. And as the community expand, we are going to be doing more and more projects. So this is pretty much like, okay, let's see the response. Let's see how this play out and all. So the idea is total slots that we have to be sold is 160 slots, and price per slot is 5,000. So with 5,000, you getting 2 plus 10,000, 2 slot, 10,000, 10 slot, 50,000. You can actually be a part of this investment project. And the projection is to sell when the value of the property is 50%, the appreciation level is 50%. So it's just a way whereby normally you should probably say, okay, I want to buy a land on my own, maybe land worth about 1 million or whatever, depending on the location, and I just want to buy and hold. And even though I'm not going to build it, I'm not going to stay there, then just hope that by the time the place develops and it appreciates, you are going to sell at a particular amount. Sometimes we leave the land for 2 years, we leave it for 3 years, we leave it for 4 years. So what we are doing is just exactly the same model. But the only thing is that we are now coming together to do it. With your little fraction, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, 20,000, we can put it together. And we can even decide to say, okay, let's leave this property for 2 years, 3 years. You imagine, we decide to leave this property for more than a year or 2 years. We can be selling off with over 200% or 300% ROI. And why it's good is because, of the fact that, there are 2 laws Warren Buffett said about investment. 2 laws of investment. Number 1 law of investment is never lose your capital. So invest in a project that has a very low, propensity for you to lose capital. And the second law, it says never forget rule number 1. So rule number 1 is never lose your capital. While rule number 2 is never forget rule number 1. So the reason I do real estate is because the risk, in real estate is pretty low. Of course, there's no business that does not have risk. But I tell people, property will always go up. It does not come down. With real estate, you can't go wrong. Have we done some, stuff? Yes. With real estate, property will always go up. It does not come down. So, and there are landmarks that we use as a projection for investing in this property. One is the land has a registered survey. Location is fast developing. Is a 15 minutes drive from the airport. All right, then 5 minutes drive from the new Coral City. So there's a city the government is currently building. It's called the Coral City, and it's very close to that city. So in no time, the value of the property is going to go up. And we are going to be launching another co-investment project once this is sold out. What we have on this is a very few slots left. And of course, the price would go up anytime soon. So, but once this is sold out, the next, project that we have is going to be in Lagos, Nigeria. And you don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. Invest as much as you can. If you have, as a matter of fact, I'm talking, if you have up to 50, 100,000 that you have saved in one bank or in one account, start finding a way to pull it out and join us in our co-investment project, because Ekpe is a massive, location when it comes to real estate and investment. All right, so let me quickly finish up this and round up for tonight. All right, so finally, we are going to talk about. Please, can anyone tell me what was number 1 and 2? Okay, you came late. Okay, before I finish, I'll just recap. I hope I remember though. All right, so that is how the group investment works. So the other one we have is what we call contribute to own. So the contribute to own system, and of course, I did mention that you can actually refer people to join the group investment. Maybe you have a friend who is interested, or any member of your family. I have a guy in Akure who has been doing amazing well. He has done, I think so far he has sold more than over 20 to 30 slots. And of course, he gets percentage on any of the slots that he sells. So if you are a regular member, you earn 5% of any amount of slots you sell. If you are a pro, you earn 7%. And if you are a VIP, you earn 10%. All right, so Fination Global contribute to own program. So this is pretty much a system we designed for individuals to be able to own plots of land. So we call it the contribution model. Like a lot of us already know the local contribution where 10 people can come together and say, okay, every month we want to be raising 100K, and each of them would do want to be raising 1 million rather. Each of them would do 10,000. And at the end of the first month, they give to number one, second month, they give to number two, and all of that. So that's the same model. But in this case, we are not giving money. We are going to give you land. All right. And in also this case, we are the one managing the group. So it's not the one that the risk is on everybody. No. Who the default and all of that is being managed, and it's being managed by the company. So you don't even have to bother yourself about others. What is most important is that you do your commitment, and you are able to ensure that you meet up with your own part of the bargain. And sometimes some people will say, because we have various durations, we have the one that pays let's say between 60,000 to 120K monthly for 10 months. We also have the one that does between 60,000 to 120K monthly for 12 months. Of course, both of them are actually going to be raising more money than the other, So the amount of money you raise for the property depends on, the kind of documentations that come with the property at the end of the day. So that's that. Then, of course, you also earn commission, referral commission. So even though you've not started contributing and you have people that are interested in buying a land and they want to contribute and own, you can, sell those contributions, and each time they pay their commitment, you have access to either 10%, 5%, 7%, or 10%, depending on your package that you are on Fination Global. So we have 3 packages that you can start out with. We have the regular package, the pro package, and the VIP package. So, so for the regular package, there are some courses you have access to. While the pro package, there are some courses you also have access to in the financial intelligence, program. While the VIP, you have access to everything. All right, so for those who want to do the network marketing part, let me see if I can quickly share that. For those who want to do the network marketing part, when you sign up as a regular. Okay, so when you sign up as a regular member, you also have access to any commission as when you share the opportunities with more people. But like I said, this is pretty optional. You can just be a part, go through your financial education program, and of course, if you have opportunities to sell some of our real estate opportunities, you part away with your commission without recruiting anybody. So this is the recruitment part. So some people does both the both the sales part and both the recruitment part. So for the recruitment part, for every person you recruit to register as a regular, you earn $1 commission. All right. So you have friends who could probably want to also buy into the idea, and that's how your network system keeps growing. On stage 2, you can earn up to $7 matrix bonus. You have matching bonus, step out. Then on stage 3, you have you can earn up to total of $28, charity bonus $7, step out $7, matching bonus $4, pay to your direct upline. And of course, you have extra incentives, which is shopping voucher, the t-shirt, a 25 kg bag of rice, and a wireless mic worth $20. That's for stage 3. Then stage 4, anybody who joins you on your stage 4, you earn $10 each. All right, you earn $10 each, and additional incentive. So the total is $140, charity $25, step out $40, matching bonus $30 to your upline. Then you have all of these incentives to you. a half plot of land, a hoodie, a laptop, and of course, a shopping voucher. And stage 4, this is where you get a full plot with all the commissions. Stage 5, yes. Then, of course, stage 6 is the highest stage. You get 2 plots of land, a car, and an international trip worth $2,000. So this is pretty much like those who want to join the promotion. Of course, the pro also have his own matrix plan. Then the VIP also have his own matrix plan. So, but you can start out as a regular. Then as you make money, you upgrade into pro. Then as you make more money, you upgrade into VIP. So whichever way you start, you can even start at once as a VIP. All right. So whichever way you can actually make a whole lot of money and income, helping us promote the vision. And like I said, the more we are over time, the more the group investment can work for us. All right. The more we are, the more the group investment can actually work for us. Okay. So, because if we are doing group investment and we have, 20 people, you can't compare to where we have over 50, 100, or 1,000, 1 million people. And also, the bigger we are, the more strength we have as a community. So that's why it's important that you be a part of it, and also you can share with your friends. Like I said, it's an optional game. Share with your friends, your family members, to also be a part of what we do, and we pay you for that. It is not for free. All right, so I think that's all for tonight. So if you have any question, please let us know. Then we'll call it a night. Guess what? Something big is coming, and we call it the regular matrix no gree promo. Something big is coming. Of course, the promos we've always had are promos on VIPs, but we are working on regular promo for just regular members. All right, and we call it the regular no gree promo. So pretty much maybe by the end of this month, and or peradventure by before the first week of next month, we are going to roll the promo out. Okay, so point number 1 and 2, I said for you to become a money magnet, first you need to have an attitude of gratitude. Be grateful for where you are. There are a lot of people that are praying. Their prayer is that they should be like you. So wherever you are, or the current position that you are, be grateful for that. And also be grateful for people who show you some kind of favor, people who show you some measure of, of love, of favor, of help, or whatever. No matter how small you might think it is, that small thing, be grateful for it, because, there's no, one of the best way to attract or to emit positive energy is gratitude. And one of the fastest way to also emit negative energy is ingratitude. So you need to have an attitude of gratitude. Then the second point is you need to have an abundance mindset, because you cannot create wealth with a scarcity mindset. All right. You need to think abundance. So you might not have the money that you need now. Doesn't mean you should start thinking from your current situation. You need to think from your future. So you talk from there, you think from there, you behave from there, whatever you do is from there. All right. So don't use your current situation to regulate how you see life or how you relate with life. Rather, use the vision of where you are going. Use the abundance that you have seen to actually connect or relate and, run your life. So those are the 2 major points. So any question before we wrap it up for tonight? Any question?
No, sir. No question from my end, sir. Thank you so much, sir.